watched those guys leave us behind and fly to space. I understood only too well. From that day on, we were forsaken humans.
Get down here, Merc.
Finally found your own justice. This memorable day marks your graduation from your false.
Just don't freeze.
I never freeze.
I was put on this earth to make music. And so were you.
So, here we sit. Two terrible children of two terrible fathers.
I'm terrible.
I've heard stories.
Why don't you say whatever speech you got rehearsed?
You don't get to rush this.
Can't save Harry. Child who's relying on me to help her. How can I call myself a hero who saves everyone? I want you to live! Take me with you! Take me away from here!
Whoa. All right. The thumbnail is ass. Trailer sound like it's way too much. We were supposed to start at 3 o'clock. Oh, not 3 o'clock. We were supposed to start at 6 PST on my time, our time here in California. But you know, shit happens, things happen. But we here for the pilot run. I'm here with the homie, the other host with the most. I'm sitting here sweating like one of them African folks that we ran away. I'm out here sweating bad. But I'm out here with the homie Gotetsu. What's going on with you, Gotetsu?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Glad to be here. Episode 1, like we said, is the pilot. So this is everything that's going to happen today is expected to happen today.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Right now. I gotta change the. I gotta change the thumbnail because the thumbnail is legit. I don't know if you checked the thumbnail out. The thumbnail is legit my border. I guess it doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't.
I guess I should leave it, right?
Yeah, it does. It doesn't. I was like, that looks pretty good.
That's actually my banner. But yeah, okay. So yeah, that's that right there. Let's hit this over here because I haven't used our Stream Elements. Hey, Stream Elements. Oh, that's right. Because I do have a Stream Elements account hooked to YouTube, so my alerts will work on that. I was wondering that, but anyway, man, we're not gonna go into all of that. First and foremost, you know, since the first one, we're gonna start off with how you doing? What games you playing? What you watching? What you into right now? What's your fancy at the moment?
Right now, I just been treating myself on the Steam Deck, honestly, trying everything, trying all these little knickknacks and see what's people been saying. You can do this, you can do that. Just proving theories on here without breaking my system. Because it's I'm gonna be real. This is almost a $600 system. So all these little things people talking about, I'm like, I'll go to a certain point that I know I can do. But if you're talking about partitions and stuff, I'm cool. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. How God let everyone else make it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mess with them. I'm not gonna do nothing else that's gonna jeopardize that. So
no,
but that's all I've been doing, man. It's been cool. Everything's been running smoothly. I love it. I say next to the 3DS and the Switch, it's probably one of the best handheld consoles out there, in my opinion. So
okay. All right.
So
what have you been playing on it?
Man, what haven't I been playing? Like I've been running like my emulators on there. I was playing the Onimusha 3, which is like I love the Onimusha series. I'm waiting for them to bring the rest of the games out because they gave years. They gave us the first one, but they didn't give us any of the other ones. And I'm just like, yo, give us like I don't care about 2. We can skip 2. Give me 3 and 4, and give me HD 3 and 4, and I'm set. But yeah, I've been doing that. I've been testing out other games like Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order, and I tried Guardians of the Galaxy on there, but it didn't work. But someone was like, you have to change the proton setting on there and see if it works. But I haven't tried it yet. But I'm gonna try it when I get a chance to. But that's pretty much what I've been playing, man. Just messing with the Steam Deck the whole time. So
okay,
it's been fun. Been fun.
No, you know what? When you said it, and I still want to do a video about that in the future, which is about hacking and modding my Switch. The only reason I modded my Switch is because it's the OG triple OG Switch, and at the time
Yeah.
I was planning on getting the OLED. And I figured if I get into OLED, then if something happens to the old one, it's cool because you can't mod. They upgraded it, put new
Yeah.
firewalls and everything on it. So it's nothing I could do to, you can't mod the new one. And so thankfully, and you should have seen me. I was tempted because you have to like use the paper clip or you got to buy a piece to like slide into the side of the Switch, which I guess is like a development thing, whatever. I was scared to do it, just like you were saying. I'm like, this is my only Switch, and I got all these games to play, and I don't want to take that chance because I didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
so
you can jack some up there, and that, what is it, the right one Joy-Con ain't gonna slide in there and work handheld no more. So you gotta play dock most of the time.
Yeah, so
I get it.
I had to take that chance. I'm still gonna get an OLED eventually, but I'm not gonna get it anytime soon. I just bought a PlayStation. Next thing I'm gonna get is gonna be an Xbox, and then hell, I'm gonna be done for a minute until just then. This one they're gonna bring a new Switch out.
Right.
But what I was going to talk about first off and foremost, because we got to talk about it, because it's the anniversary. We talked about it a little bit before we got on here, was the slap that was heard across America and the world with pretty much one of the most iconic people in the world, which is crazy, which is Will Smith. I mean, we ain't got to go on too long about it because we've seen and heard everything so far. But I did want to pick your brain with how do you really feel about the situation, and then like what was your favorite memes? What were your favorite memes regarding of the Will Smith slap?
So first off, I was telling my cousin, and my cousin's like, "Yo, you see this meme?" I'm like, "Yo, like this, like it's still too raw for all these memes, because especially the ones that I saw, I'm like, it's too soon." But I'll go into real quick. When I first saw it, my mom and my sister were like, "Hey, did you hear?" I was asleep. My mom and sister were like, "Hey, did you hear about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock?" And I'm just like, "What?" They said, "There's a video." I was like, "I'll watch it tomorrow." Like, I'm too tired. So I woke up and I'm like, "Oh yeah. They were talking about this." I was going through Facebook, and quick thing about it. I thought it was a bit, because the way Will Smith walked up there and just like a quick like that, and then just walked off and was just like and just did this. I was just like,
he was laughing.
It has to be a bit. Like, it has to be a bit. Like, yeah. And then he got upset afterwards and said what he said. I'm just like, okay, maybe this is real. And then like not even an hour, like there's just memes and just like they said there's just memes everywhere. Like the whole, like I saw the one where it's like, who's going to console wars, and you see Will Smith slapping like Xbox, and then I saw that. But my favorite one, my favorite two was they had the Smash Bros one where you see Chris Rock laughing and Wilson walking up to him, and he slaps him, and he does like the whole freeze frame after you beat somebody in Smash Bros. And you just see Chris Rock playing. It's like game, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then you see someone created a Me Fighter for the end thing for Will Smith, and the voice bit is the voice bit at the end of it, like someone says Will Smith wins, and then in the back of it you hear, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." And that whole, you hear it, and I'm just like, it was too soon for that one. And then my favorite one was where it wasn't a meme, it was just something someone posted. Oh, I guess you saw the meme. The caption was, "Will Smith must listen to that Redman song, slap that Redman song before he went up and slapped Chris Rock." And there was a Redman track that came out 2 years ago in January called "I'm Gonna Slap the Crap Out of You," and it just played, and I was just Like, you guys are brutal, man. Like, it just happened. Like, they're just coming out of the woodwork. It's like people were waiting for something like this to happen, and they just put it together. And I'm just like, man, that's crazy. But yeah, that's my take on it.
I don't know, because I put it in the group chat. If it was the that might have been it was two of them that were my favorite ones. It was the one, I think, where they had him, he got slapped, or he got ready to get slapped, Chris, and Chris did a backflip, and then he turned around and then he hit him, and then he's like he did Hadoken or something, and I'm like, that one's good. Yeah, I really burned myself out on laughing so much at first, because I'm like you, I really thought that was it. I really thought that was fake, because I'm like, this is Will Smith. Like, you know, Will Smith this is a hot take. Will Smith legit could go down as one of the top 10 greatest hip hop artists, and he doesn't even cuss. Like, even if you go from sales, and if you go, he was the first one to win a Grammy. You go to sales, and you go to Usher and in stuff, and then, you know, folks, I mean, you know, we black folks, we know they kind of made Will Smith seem like he was Uncle Tom, even though that's not a bad thing to be Uncle Tom. You read the whole Uncle Ben's Cabin. We ain't gonna go into all that right now, but they always they always soft played Will, you know, honestly. So it kind of sucks. I think they just had a new revelation came out today. I don't know if it's real or not. I seen on Instagram beforehand, but it was Willow, his daughter, apparently was supposed to have made wrote a letter to Tupac, and she said she doesn't believe he's dead, and this was like she was a kid, I guess, and her mom really missed him and stuff. And I'm like, I usually don't comment on a lot of shit, but I was like, you know what, just leave the man alone. Like, we're doing too much. Us as folks, we're doing too much. Much. And my main thing, what's up with you, True Gamer? My main thing, and I wanted to say about that is, great segue, by the way, True Gamer, is the fact that I blame Jada. I know a lot of people are on that. It's no way you can demasculate, and I'm putting it out there, a brother, a black man. She might have well grabbed his stuff and clipped it. She brought this man. Yeah, he knew she was touching. This Negro was touching too. You know, I swear him. Have y'all seen Focus? Look, I got all hyped up. Focus.
Yeah, you know what? Yes.
Have you seen that sexual chemistry that him and look, I can't even get. I'm about to call it the Snow Bunny, the premiere Snow Bunny with Margot Robbie. Have you seen how they and how every time they play on a movie together, it's not. It's the movie is about something else, but it just is their chemistry. Like, they have amazing chemistry. When she was Harley Quinn and he was
Deadshot.
Deadshot, thank you. It was about them. Who cared about the Suicide Squad? Everybody else, I couldn't even remember the name of the movie. But for me, I think it's really her. She defamated him. She destroyed his character. You don't do that to a man, any man, and you bring a brother out on the. Every time I look up, she's destroying him, talking about Tupac. We get it. Pac was a thug. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. You know, we get it. Pac is my dude. That's my favorite. All-time rapper. Hip hop artist. Revolutionary. He's our generation of revolutionary. But let the man, like, you know, you ain't gotta throw it in Will's. He's already said he's insecure about it. Like, you know, you live with him, you know. Then you gonna hump on your son's friend? He in the house? That's like me hooking up with one of my mom's friends. Like, that's weird. Like, okay, cool. That's cool for me. But my mom's friend, girl, my mom actually had a couple friends. One of them, she had a big booty. I remember. And my mom put her in check so quick. Like, she said, I'm saying that shit to my son. Don't say that shit to my son, because she can't. I was 16, and she's like, "Ooh, you know, I was dating this white girl at the time." She go, "Ooh, you know, your son don't need to date this white girl. You need to find you." Like I said, she said, "Don't say that shit to my son." So, and the gap was 25 years. She's like 25 years older than this dude. You bring this man on nationwide internet, which is, and he becomes a meme. So it's no need that he's going to just get crazy. What's good with you, Cliff? What's good, everybody? Appreciate y'all sliding through to the first pilot of the Geek Talk. We just out here starting off with that damn Will Smith. Like I said, I'm not gonna go too much.
It's just something we just gotta. It's just something that we just gotta get off our chest on, and we just gotta let everybody know. Hey, he's had his humiliation, even if it wasn't public, and he's already talked about stuff like that. He's already had a meme on Red Table Talk, and that's meme has someone told me that the Will Smith crying meme has replaced the Michael Jordan crying meme. You don't even see that one anymore. So he's already had his fill of memes, and now he's just on another one. So
it's worse. It's legit worse than because Jordan was crying for success. Will is crying because his wife was getting dug out by a 25-year-old because he wasn't 27 then. And she said she was entangled with him. She fell in love with the cat, regardless they on a break or not. You didn't have to bring that out on the street. You ain't got to bring that out in public. And then you can't get mad at another brother for making a joke when not everybody knew. Like, not everybody knew that, she had alopecia. Like, girl, you've been having a freeze since 1996 on Jason's Lyric. You've been having the Tony Braxton freeze since forever, girl. Like, and I'm gonna have to end it with this. I just gotta say this one because I'm doing the ghetto clap already. You know what made me so angry is, y'all got money, but these Negroes was seriously acting like they had never watched Comic View or they weren't black. When you go to anywhere and you're with a comedian and the comedian's there, you putting yourself on the line. You putting yourself on the line to get roasted.
Yeah, like, especially if you sit in the front row. That's
Earthquake, why. Cedric the Entertainer, Hughley, Chris Tucker, Dave Chappelle. I mean, I can go on and on and on.
They roast people. Who's in
Wanda Sykes, everybody will roast you if you get on there. How did we know? We don't know what's going on in her bedroom or her house. We know more that she was entangled than we did about alopecia. But I digress. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
That's why we had to do it first. That's why I had to do this one first.
I had to let it. I had to shake it. I had to shake that off because that would hurt. I know we got all hyped up. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about it?
Pretty much we said what we need to say. We know Will Smith is, he's having a couple years. This is probably going to be like the breaking point of this year, and then we know he's going to somehow, hopefully, we pray that he bounces back and give us like an iRobot 2 or something where this rolls off. Or you know what, the I Am Legend 2 that's coming, so that's probably going to be something that's going to take all this stuff out of the background.
Sony and Netflix just suspended the productions with him like yesterday or earlier today. So
dang, well, you know what? Hey, you know what? I pray for you, man. You're gonna get back. You get back.
He'll be all right. I mean, he's it's Will Smith. I mean, the dude who could have pretty much any woman in the world is kind of getting punked by his own woman, which is unfortunate. It's sincerely unfortunate. Well, we're gonna switch gears. As y'all probably already heard, which was big news recently. It's been a lot of things that's been canceled or a lot of things that's been pushed off until later next year. Like 2023 is also going to be an amazing year for video games. That's because all the things that we've gotten in 2022 we can't get all the afterbirth. That stuff is going pushed over to 2023. And one such thing that was pushed over to 2023 was probably the biggest game, or one of the biggest games of this year is Breath of the Wild 2. And I guess I'm gonna let you go into, because you said you had some theories about it. What are the theories? What do you feel? And then I'll go about what I feel. What do you feel your theories about Breath of the Wild 2 being canceled? Or before I
go into that, I know Cliff's here and he knows that I refuse to call it Breath of the Wild 2 because they didn't say it. They keep saying the sequel to Breath of the Wild. We ain't got no official for Breath of the Wild 2. So I'm like, you know what? And I'm gonna keep saying sequel to Breath of the Wild. But just until we get official name for it. But I think that I've always had this conversation with people. I've had this conversation on other podcasts and stuff where I say that this game we were probably not really going to see this until 2022. We haven't heard anything since last year's E3, and usually if they have a game coming out the year, they're trying to get ready for a hype. They're giving us teasers, they're giving us news articles, screenshots. We didn't get anything. So I'm like, okay, we're probably not going to see this until next year, spring, like around where the Switch came out originally. You know, I'm like the time frame. Especially now, like even my theory before they even dropped this video when they said, "Oh, we're releasing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet this year, holiday." I'm like, "Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild definitely is not coming out this year because we had Arceus, however you pronounce it, in January, beginning of January, to kind of start that hype. Then now we're going to get Scarlet and Violet, which is coming out on holiday. That's going to and I always say
not to
that
mention Xenoblade.
There's too many AAA titles to where if they would have dropped Breath of the Wild anywhere near that time zone, it would be too many games competing, too many heavy hitters competing. And I think Nintendo doesn't want to deal with any issue where the sales of one game that just released start going like this. Like if Xenoblade and Pokemon are spread out pretty far apart, so where the sales aren't going to go like this drastically because one game, or like if Breath of the Wild, like I said, if Breath of the Wild came out, Breath of the Wild 2 came out during that time zone, all the games would be like this. They don't want that. They want something like this. So Pokemon,
they want to fill in the gap. They want a 1 million seller per gap at least.
Exactly. And so I think they were like, you know what? We're gonna have these games come out. Pokemon's gonna be our holiday seller. But once we drop Breath of the Wild, the sequel of Breath of the Wild, we're just gonna kick back. We're not gonna drop nothing else. We're just gonna do this. And we're just gonna watch those sales go. And that's gonna because what happened when the first game came out? They didn't have to do that. We didn't get a lot of games that year because they knew that, okay, we're gonna I don't know if they
got about 5
good
titles. When did Mario Odyssey came out in 18, didn't it? It didn't come out in 17.
It was the next year. Next year.
Okay.
Yeah, Mario Odyssey came out next year. But when Zelda Breath of the Wild came out, that pushed their sales that whole entire year. Even now, you know, like when was the last time you saw Breath of the Wild go on sale that was lower than $49.99?
Never.
Yeah, because that's
when is the last time you seen like Nintendo games go on sale like more than $5?
Yeah, because that's their seller. So that's pretty much my theory on it. Where because they already have their I want to say their quarterly stuff and their fiscal stuff like set with everything. It's set. So when they drop sequel to Breath of the Wild in spring, that's gonna be. I mean, yeah, we're gonna see other games, but that's gonna be the seller for at least another 3 years. And that game is going to fund the Switch too. That game is going to fund that project.
You might be. You know what? To piggyback off of what you were saying, and Cliff was saying it as well as True Gamer. To piggyback what y'all was saying is it's probably going to be what's up, Peach? It's probably going to be a situation where like was with Twilight Princess, and it was also with Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild was supposed to be a Wii U title, and then it just got, it's in between that weird little port. And a lot of Zelda games do that, to be real with you, where they're like, can go on both consoles. And then that's how Nintendo weans us. So it is smart that they did that. And then there was, I think Cliff just said, it was no video evidence from it other than, Zelda out there in them booty short pants. Other than that, I mean, it wasn't nothing else. Like, that's what I always remember from her running and had the, the lantern up, all thirst aside. But I'm cool with it. And the main reason I'm cool with it, and I seen a lot of y'all talking about it. The reason I'm cool with it is because Relayer is coming out. I want the physical. That's out. I still haven't played Stranger in Paradise. I know this is a me problem. This is a geek problem. It's a Quentin problem. I'm 50 hours into Triangle Strategy. I'm only on chapter 10. It's so Final Fantasy Integrate. I just got a PS5, so now I still have the games I haven't played on the Switch. I bought an Xbox 360 recently and a GameCube, so I have Lost Odyssey, Skies of Arcadia, Tales of Symphonia to play, not to mention all the games that, like, I still have Tales of Vesperia to play that I have on PlayStation 4, on Switch. So
yeah, that's a whole nother like
I haven't even started Arceus. I didn't buy that. I didn't buy it or Kirby because when am I going to play it? And for me, I mean, I love games, but I don't like just spending money and just looking at it sitting there. Like, I still need to play Cyberpunk. And I think I was on the homie Voice Legend stream last night. Oh no, that was Cherry Man. He was streaming last night. And we were talking about Cyberpunk, and I haven't played since it crashed on me. But anyway, as far as Zelda, yo, what's up with you, MGG? As far as Zelda goes, like I really want to see Zelda talk. Not Zelda talk, but Link. Excuse me. Don't come at me with pitchforks because y'all crazy. I really want to see Link talk. He's not gonna talk, but I think what I would like, I'm hoping that they push back. They putting something new into it that we're not expecting, and that's the same thing I'm hoping with Prime. So I'm glad that we're not getting a Metroid Prime 4 as well yet,
right?
Because I think that the extra time that we're getting for these games is going to be better because hopefully we can actually get like a playable character like that's Mipha or Zelda or some of the other Guardians, kind of like how they did what was the game? And Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, but in a mainline Zelda game. I love Zelda. Don't come at me trying to check my Zelda card, y'all. I've been playing since a lot of y'all before y'all was born. Still got the gold copies. If they got a gold copy, Quentin got the gold copy. Don't check me. I've been playing since 87. But what I am saying is I'm tired of the same story. I want something new. I want, me personally, I hope the time that they're taking, they refresh it like they did with Breath of the Wild. It made it Skyrim, made it the Japanese version of Skyrim, made Link Skyrim. So I'm hoping for some kind of revolutionary something like that. What's good with you, Miggy?
It's got Miggy here. What's going on?
Oh, we got a full house in the building, y'all. But yeah, that's what I think. I'm agreeing with you exactly. I really feel that they pushed it back because there was so many games. They're not hurting for it, and why not? I mean, you already got Pokemon. Pokemon might sell more than Zelda. It might sell more than Zelda.
So I think we have a rare find here. We have Black Pokemon Trainer.
We talk about Pokemon.
And he had to pop his head
Pokemon out. Trainer. Yo, what's good? What's good, everybody? What's good, y'all? So we're gonna stay with the cancellations. Many of y'all probably already heard. I got my notes here on my nasty handwriting. E3 is being canceled for this year, 2020. It was a rumor going around that it was just going to be canceled all the time. Not yet, nothing official on that vein, but I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, and where there's water, damn near there's always going to be something wet. So I'm pretty sure that we're actually seeing the last the last days of E3. And personally, I really feel that that's very unfortunate. I was blessed to go to 2 E3s in 2013 and 2017. So ironically enough, the Wii U and the Switch. And it's just something about being in that atmosphere where you're in the same room as some of the developers, or even if you're standing in line for the forever, like my homeboy did. He stood in line I left him. He stood in line for like 5 hours to get the Mario Odyssey hat. I probably should have, but I didn't. I went and was playing like the new, I think it was the upgrade to the city or something.
Right.
But I feel that it's going to be pushed back to, it's no digital on this one either. So I feel like this is like the new trend of the way that everything is going. Nintendo started it with the, Sega really started with their directs like 10, 15 years ago before, and then Nintendo carried it over. On the video I had, I named it like their last PlayStation presentation. I named that the Square Enix presentation because
you did put that.
It basically was all about Square Enix. So I do see a lot of developers, like Miss K just said that too. A lot of developers doing that where they're just going to. It's easier just to make a YouTube video. I mean, and this cut your stuff up, and you don't have to deal with all that. So 2020 has kind of shit on us on that.
It did. Yeah, like that's like going back to what you said, man, like my first E3 was 2019, and even though it was the last day, like I was stupid. I paid $250 just to go to one day, but I was just like, you know what? Like I've never had an opportunity to go. So I took that opportunity to go. I paid $250 just for that one day. That's fine. But when you go, like when you first walk in, I was with Cliff. Me and Cliff went.
Okay,
and when I first walked in there, I was just overwhelmed because it's like I'm used to seeing it on Yay by Yay every year. I'm never it's like going to a game, like you don't get to experience that same experience when you're at home, but when you're there, it's just like you get the feed off the crowd's energy, from either when your team scores or whatever happens. But when you're at E3, it's just like it's such an overwhelming experience. You get to see just the beauty of it, the ambiance. Like that year was Final Fantasy 7. That was the year of Final Fantasy 7. I didn't get to go play it because when I went to the line, they're like, "Oh, we already gave her our tickets," but I got to see the display at least. It was one of those things where like they blocked it off so people couldn't see it, but you got to see their booth and how it was set, and it was pretty dope.
That's how they did with the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, like the booth was like Midgard. It was a Midgard booth. It was really tricked out and nice. And most of the time, I think I was with Cliff and his group, and most of the time they were in Nintendo. But I was like, I want to see everything because I've never been, so I'm going to go see everything. So I walked around everywhere, and then me and Cliff walked around. I got to see everyone cosplay for what was it? It was for forgot what game it was, but it was for one of the games that we got to see. And I think the last thing I got to sit and experience was Dragon Ball Kakarot. And I wanted to try that game because I've been waiting for it, and the booth was dope because it had the huge the capsule the Capsule Corp ship that Goku took when he went to Namek. You got to go in there. There was a line that went in there, and it gave you like a tutorial video on what you were going to be playing. And then I couldn't experience much because they were like, "Oh, we're closing, so just go straight to the boss battle." So I was like, "All right," I just went straight to it, and I like enjoyed just every minute of that. Oh, and then I got to see a behind the door, behind closed doors screening of the Marvel Avengers demo. Like that was cool. I got to see that. But just the experience there is just cool. It's crazy. But yeah, you're right. 2020 was the year where like a lot of developers and companies were just like, "Yo, let's just try doing this digital and see how that goes." And it's so funny, man. Me and Cliff when we did our thing before, we talked about this doing like a hybrid physical and digital. So then the people who at home don't get to miss out on everything that people get to who pay the money to go see an opportunity to go see E3. But I think next year, of course, it's officially canceled this year. We're not getting much anything. We're probably going to get Sony doing their thing, Xbox, Nintendo, and whatever developers. But I think they said next year is going to be a hybrid of a physical event and digital, so people won't miss out on it. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Like if they feel like, hey, you know what? Not a lot of people showed up here, which probably can be a good thing because press can be able to get what they need to do. If now a lot of people are actually going digital, then press, because I know that's been a big thing. Press has never been able to get a chance to do what they need to do because too many people are taking
especially when they made it private. I mean, when they made it public. Like what was it? 2014. I could be wrong. 2014, 2015 is when they
Mhm.
made E3 to the public.
I think
Because the
so.
second time I went, I paid 250 or 300, something like that, and you had to
Mhm.
wait. You had to be on the computer. I was at work. And I
Mm.
remember running to the office and then sitting there and like, you know, jumping on and getting the, you know, my position in line.
Yeah.
When I first went, I was taking a college class and I was able to go. It was 2017 when they made it public. Okay. Yeah. See, okay, thank you. So that was the first year, then that's why I was running to hurry up to try to
Right.
to get the tickets. In 2013 when I went, we snuck in. Well, thankfully I had a pass. The school was able to get passes through press since we were in, you know, the game,
Okay.
like into the game program, even though it really wasn't game program. I ended up just getting it, you know, graphic design, animation, whatever. But
Right.
what I really liked was, like you were just saying, it's just the whole atmosphere of being around and hearing the people and just being around all of gaming. Like that was
Mhm.
the thing. Like I grew up in the 90s, so E3 was Disneyland for gamers. You know,
Right.
E3 was Disneyland for gamers, and Nintendo Power and PSM, those were like the Bible.
Mhm.
You know, we used to
Right.
wait for those, you know,
Right.
like strategy guys and stuff. That was like, oh wow, that was before the wiki, before everything else.
Mhm.
Um, so I think it's really sad that a lot of people are going to miss out on that. But
Yeah.
it's the I hope they bring it back for the press, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper not to do it. It's cheaper not to do it at all.
I agree.
Because like we're making stuff free 99. I mean, I already got to pay Spectrum anyway for internet. So we can talk about it and stream it and stuff, but I still feel that it should be some kind of event
Mhm.
that's open to people, even if it's not just the developers. Maybe if the game, like kind of like, well, the Tokyo Game Show is kind of like E3. It's just not as big. It's just in Tokyo, you know, so it's in
Yeah.
Japan. But something
Mhm.
like that where it's for the gamers. But honestly, these companies care about like money. We're still playing the same damn Mario Kart. I don't want to hear it. We just, after 8 years, we're just getting stages. You know, and Grand Theft Auto's got a GTA 5 Plus. Like the plus is we ain't never gonna get 6. But I'm gonna let you. I know you wanted to talk about the the PlayStation Plus tiers.
That's
So
a great
I'm gonna hand it over to
segue.
you with the PlayStation Plus tiers.
That's a great segue. So of course we all heard for a long time that PlayStation was, or no, we've all, everyone's been like, oh, what's Sony gonna come out with because of the Game Pass? I think the Game Pass, I still believe the Game Pass is one of the best subscription services you can ever get. Like I think it blows out Netflix in what they offer. I remember when they first announced it, it was like, I think it was like $4.90, I think it was like $2.99. It was a beta for PC. It was like $2.99 and they bumped it up to $4.
Yeah.
And they said, all right, it's official. It's gonna be $9.99. I was like, all right, cool. And then what you get with it, it's like you're not streaming anything. You get to download their library, and they literally made it bigger. So they said, hey, you get to download our library because they know what streaming does. Cloud gaming is cool, but if you have a business, I'm saying if you have a business internet connection with fiber, if you
I sneeze and the damn thing click.
Yeah. So like you can't really get that experience. They're like, don't worry about that. You can download our stuff and you have it. And then last E3 they said, guess what? We're gonna make it even better. You get day one titles on here now. So any of our games that we're releasing, you get day one. I'm just like, this is the best system we ever. This is the best thing we ever got.
Yeah.
Best thing we ever got. And even the $14.99 is just is worth it. I have it for 14. Well, I pay the 44 every 3 months. That's
okay. That's not
yeah. And you get everything.
That's not bad.
You get their full library plus some of their DLCs. You get Xbox Live. You get EA Plays on there. You can do EA Play on there. It's just it's such a great value for $14.99. If you just to pay the extra $14.99 for Ultimate, you get all of that. That's cool. And they just announced a family plan. That's just
Yeah, I've
like
seen
if you
that.
pay for a family plan, you can add people on there. So I'm like, shoot, I might do that. Whoever wants to hop on there, I might do that. So
Can that one be cross-platform with the PC?
Okay. I think they said that.
Okay.
I think they said that. I gotta check. I gotta look more into it. But I think I'm assuming
Yeah, it is.
They'll be that. But for a long time, people were like, "What's Sony's gonna come up with?" Sony's like, "Nope, we're not going to do anything like that because we're just not gonna do it." And for a long time, I'm like, if Sony did something like this, they would blow out Xbox as many titles, exclusive titles Sony has. If they did an Xbox Game Pass service like they're doing it, they would destroy Game Pass. I as a Sony fan myself, as the games that we have on Sony, because I'm an anime fan, so that's why I have Sony.
Yeah,
if they did something like that,
I chose the PlayStation because of the RPGs, the Japanese JRPGs. That's why.
Exactly.
That's why I had to give. I had to put my firstborn child. I'm not even here yet. I had to put him on Lelway for that.
So, and then a couple weeks ago, what did they say? They said that we're going to do Spartacus. They called it codename Spartacus. I don't know where that even came from. And everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be like Game Pass." So I'm like, okay. I'm kind of skeptical because I don't know. The reason I'm kind of skeptical with it because they have that horrible debacle called PlayStation Now.
They got 3 services.
Yeah.
They got like 2 or 3 services, and I end up getting them to cut you off. I had to just
no.
I remember when I first started streaming, like in 2016, 2017, and I was trying to stream. I couldn't find Catherine, and I wanted to play Catherine, and I was trying to stream it, and I realized, you can't stream a game that's already streaming. I didn't know. I mean, and it really pissed me off, and that's why I ended up getting the Elgato also, because a lot of games, just like Tales of Berseria, you can't. Oh no, if you play it on PlayStation, you can't play it on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, because they'll cut the cutscenes off.
They cut the cutscene, and it is blocked. That's why I haven't played Berseria since then. And it's not Bysteria's fault. What I played was a great game, but
it was on Sony. It's funny you mentioned that because that's how I started. I was just doing stuff on Sony, but then it's like they cut the cutscenes off. That's why I got an Elgato so I can get everything. So last week they gave us the tiers. Even before they announced it, I was hearing speculation on what it was going to be, and they were saying that the one thing that got me upset was when they were saying that each tier is going to there's going to be different tiers. The first tier is like the basic tier if you're just a regular PlayStation Plus owner, that's what you're going to be. There's nothing going to that. It's a basic tier. Then they said the next tiers are going to have games in them, and they said the most expensive tier is you're going to be able to stream and download all the games. So I'm like, wait a second. So you're going to alienate those who have been with you on that basic tier. So now we're basic now. Like right? Like we're not we're not the yearly subscribers anymore. We're the basic now. And then you have these other tiers now that we can't get. Like, what the heck is going on? And then when they dropped it, I looked at it. I looked at it. And then IGN, I think IGN last week did a good comparison between PlayStation Plus, whatever the heck they called it, Game Pass, and Nintendo subscription. And I'm like, this is 100% true. So like I said, you get the basic tier. I think it's the premium tier. You get PlayStation 3 games. I think it's PlayStation 3 games you get to play, and everything else. And then
you get 3 brand new games that come out from PlayStation per month. any. So
I was gonna say the
sounds a little-
kicker, but
it sounds a little
the kicker,
iffy.
they said that they're not giving us any day one, or I think they said we're not getting any day one titles, nor are we. I think I might be wrong about this one. They said we're not getting any day one or any like recent first party titles. We're not getting those. We're not getting those. We're not getting any
That's all right. You
PS.
only
We're
got
not getting any
three.
PS. We're not getting any PS5 titles in there.
You only got 3 first party. It's okay.
But I mean,
I'm
if you
not
look
a
at it
Sony
down the
hater.
road, like if you look
Yeah,
at
I'm
it
not
down
a
the
Sony
road, we're not.
hater.
But they said that the premium tier we're getting 3 titles. We're getting PS3 titles in there somewhere, and we can like download them or shoot whatever. Then they said on the extra tier is you get PS2, PSP. Oh no. Okay, so the intermediate one is the premium is PS4. Then they said the extra is PS2, PSP, and PS3 games. Right? They said you get access to those. Now, what I was thinking was, I'm like, okay, they're saying that, right? But how do we know that we're getting PS2, PSP, and PS3 games that aren't on there already? What if we're getting the PS2 games that they released already?
Yeah.
On there. What if we're getting the PSP games they released already on there? So what if we're just getting those, but we're not getting a whole new library? There's no clarification on that. So that's where I'm like, okay, that doesn't make it. Like if you play people like that, that's going to be a lot of it because we've been asking for that for a long time, and you guys haven't been really giving it to us. And the pricing is just expensive. Like it's just ridiculous. Like
What's
I think
the pricing?
I have it right here. It was ridiculous though. I think they said I have it. Okay, here we go. So they said it's called the essential. It's called essential. I think it's called essential. The essential tier is the year is going to be, is it $17.99? I know. Oh no. Okay. Here's the yearly one. So the extra tier for the year is $100 for a year, and then the premium one is $119 a year, which is kind of crazy. Like to expect people, and I'm not saying people are stupid to do this, but I would say and I think like the extra tier or the premium, whatever the middle one is. I think for 3 months or even for a month, I think that's like $14 a month. And they said the premium one is for $17. So I'd say don't jump into that year commitment. Like see what you like, get the cheapest, get the monthly tier.
Yeah, I need to go back to going to a year for the PlayStation Plus because I don't like every time I look, it feels like that month goes so quick. Every time I look up $10. I mean, like, damn, I've been getting nickel and dimed from so many things. And now with every other subscription raising, Netflix is $15 now. We'll get into that later. Crunchyroll and went up, but it's so many, that don't sound like nothing. It sounds like it's something, but it doesn't sound like something that, because you know what? I don't trust Sony. Honestly, I mean, I don't trust Nintendo. Honestly, I like Nintendo and Xbox. I actually trust Microsoft more in this because it still feels to me, could be wrong, but for me, Microsoft has did their niche. They realize, oh, guess what? We're a computer company. No, we've been bleeding and losing money with we haven't brought back any money for any console. But you know what? We're still got our name out there, and they're still able to sell peripherals. We're still able to do things and make money and generate on Game Pass and do things, do marketing and stuff like that. That's why I wanted an Xbox Series X first, because I like the design better personally. I like it aesthetically; it looked better than this PlayStation 5 is
bulky,
huge.
Yeah,
this thing is huge and it's heavy. And it ain't really sexy. Like
it really isn't. Did you see? I don't mean to cut you. Did you see the Kaiba meme?
Yeah,
for the PlayStation.
I did a thumbnail once, and I took my head and put it.
Oh
on
yeah.
top
You did. You did do that. You did do that. But yeah, you're right. The Xbox series, both consoles are very IKEA. I think we've talked about this. Very IKEA like.
Yeah, you could sit it in between your. I see a lot of people put it on their bookshelves or like their entertainment center and have things leaned against it. They decided or they realized, hey, you know what? The way to go is computers, and because we're a computer based, we're a software company. Nintendo, as much as I wanted Nintendo to try to compete with Microsoft and try to compete with PlayStation, they don't have the resources. And y'all probably heard me say this millions of times. Nintendo only makes games. They got they're doing Nintendo Land, but that's not out of there. That's somebody else helping to outsource. That ain't all Nintendo. Nintendo is a game company. Like, I'm not gonna put sports on y'all at the moment. I ain't gonna intertwine it too much. But just like with my Lakers, they don't do shit else. The Bus family, their family is the Lakers. That's all everybody do. So that's the same thing with Nintendo. That's all they do. Sony is a movie company and an entertainment. They make TVs, they got Vizio, they got sound systems, they do a whole bunch of stuff. That's why their games are so cinematic too, because they're movies. You know, that's why everything that's almost a cinematic game is like that. For me, it's like they're greedy.
Oh yeah.
And since they have 2 or 3 of the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 4 are like the top 5 of most selling console of all time, and I think like Wii is number 1A or 2, something like that. Y'all have to quote me on that, or I check the facts, the geek facts on that for me. But they haven't really decided, or like they try all these crazy initiatives, and we're not stupid as fans. Like the only reason that we're forced to get it, I would buy Persona on the Switch. Like, I don't care about the graphics. Faster, because it ain't gonna be that much different from Persona the way the graphics are. If it was for Switch and for PlayStation 5 or 4, I'd get it on. If they're both around the same equal graphics, I'll take it on the Switch because I can go with it, you know. Or you take it on the Game Pass because you have the opportunity to get it, you know, beforehand. But Sony has this thing where they put for those who used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a little bird called Yada, and he had this little ability where he could, if you play the cards right, you could just kind of, every time you draw a card, you had to put it in the graveyard. It was out of play. They Yada lock it. So they make it where GTAs are, you know, where it used to be timed exclusive. Final Fantasies might not even come to Xbox. Like, we might not even get a 16 to Xbox, but they're going to give you the stepchildren, you know, not the immediate family of the Square Enix games. I still don't know what exactly Sony's doing when it comes to what they're doing. Got God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, but for me personally, it's the RPGs why I usually go to Sony, because PlayStation 1, Final Fantasy 7, PlayStation 2, Final Fantasy 10, PlayStation 3, Final Fantasy 13, PlayStation 5, Final Fantasy 16, PlayStation 4. What did I have to have on PlayStation 4?
I don't. Oh, Final Fantasy 15.
I had to have 15, but 15, it was a while before 15 came. I think I just didn't like, because that was it's only 2 systems I haven't bought.
That's
since
true.
I've been buying my own
systems. Come out. Yeah.
It was the Wii U and the Xbox One, which in my opinion are 2 of the worst consoles in console history. That's just my personal opinion.
Right. Yeah, I feel that. I agree with that. Yeah, but you know, as I say about a lot of stuff, we complain, and we talk about it, but we're gonna turn around and we're gonna put that money right back into their hands.
You see, as soon as that PlayStation, that Square Enix presents, mysteriously my black ass found a PlayStation, didn't I? I have been complaining about a PlayStation. As soon as I seen Valkyria, I said, "Is this Valkyrie? Is this Valkyrie?" And I seen Valkyrie, I seen Square Enix showing out. I was like, okay, yeah, they still don't have a black protagonist, but the hell with it.
Yeah.
I gotta have Final Fantasy, and I can't wait. Because I had already waited 2 years. And then this one actually this PlayStation has a fan. It's what, because I really thought, how was I going to have this machine without a fan?
I'm still tripping about that. But yeah, that's crazy.
Well, now we're gonna switch it over here on the Geek Talk. We do games, entertainment, anime, and comedy. You know, we try to be funny for y'all.
We try to.
We're gonna switch it and talk about some of that anime. For many of y'all who do watch anime, you might have already noticed or known. Speaking of Sony, and this is what we're talking about, so it's another great segue. Sony slurped up Funimation. What was it for, like 90 million, almost a billion, or something like that? Or it was
About that.
About 900 million, somewhere around there. A couple years ago, and then recently, they just bought Crunchyroll, and so about a year or so ago. So Crunchyroll now and Funimation have merged, and it took long enough because for a while there, I know I wasn't the only person. I was legit paying money on Crunchyroll. I was paying money on Funimation, which was stupid because Funimation had certain things, like it would have the English dub of Attack on Titan, but Crunchyroll didn't. And both of them were under the same umbrella. Like Sony owned both of them at the time, so they were milking us for the longest, for over a year. So Crunchyroll, they decided to go with just Crunchyroll altogether. They just ate up Funimation, and now the price is raised from $5.99 a month. So the price is this is that inflation. The price has raised from $5.99 a month, so which is currently the base tier, the basic tier. That's only gonna be $7.99. I don't look at the other tiers.
I just paid for that. I just paid for that. I just paid for that too.
What, the $7.99?
The $7.99. I just paid for that.
When I was looking, I was like, I knew it. I knew as soon as they were just waiting. They haven't even fully fleshed out the website. The website is still nasty. The app is better. For those of y'all who have seen the app, the Crunchyroll app is better, but they still have the Funimation website open. But for now, they're going to be giving, I think it was a discount, like 30% or something like that for new users or when you switch over. But on top of that, now what they're doing is Crunchyroll, you're not going to be able to watch like a week later the simulcast. You usually have, like, say if Attack on Titan came out and they had an English simulcast, you'll be able to just wait the next week and watch it for free with ads. No more. They taking that away. And I used to be the kind of person when I watch my anime, I'd be the same way. I'd be like this. Look, I have a site. What's the site? What's the name of it? They changed it. Watch Cartoon Online. For those y'all who never been to Watch Cartoon Online, Watch Cartoon Online has all. I binged everything on there for the longest, dubs and everything else. But the problem with that is because of DMCA, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, anything new, basically they can't do it. They're gonna get shut down. So it has to be. It waits to, I think, almost the season is over. I'm impatient and I do YouTube. I can't wait to watch. So I was forced to buy, but I do know a lot of people, and I did do it before too, but I do know a lot of people who would wait that week and then watch the dub on the simulcast. And I really think, I mean, it was only natural, but I really think that that's a shitty thing to do. It's the money where all of a sudden now, pretty soon we're gonna be paying $9.99 for it. When they fully merge and hit the app correctly, it's gonna be $9.99. Watch.
Yeah. I think that's I'm with you. Like before I was forced to have to pay, like there was other ways to do it. Like I think Crunchyroll was it Crunchyroll back in like 2012, 2013, around there. I think it was free for a minute, but I think it was Crunchyroll where you can watch anime on. I think it was Crunchyroll, but I think
Crunchyroll.
It was completely free. You can watch stuff on there. Back then was the time where like ads weren't like the thing that killed everything. Before they realized how many people actually watch stuff online, like let's make revenue off that. But
they realized people like anime.
So I remember me and my cousins go on and watch Bleach and watch everything on Sundays. We watch all the stuff we're waiting for on Sundays, and we just go back and watch it. And then when they start they put that paywall on there, you're like, or the paywall with ads, you're like, dang, I kind of don't want to do that. And the new stuff had you couldn't watch unless you got premium. All the
Yeah.
other stuff, like the
Yep.
stuff that wasn't really that like we used to watch Food Wars. Food
Mhm.
Wars came out every week. It wasn't like their top tier, but it was on there. But you have to watch ads. But if you wanted to watch like One Piece or Naruto,
Yep.
you had to pay that
Yeah.
paywall.
Mhm.
And I remember we had to go. I remember I found a website called Kiss Anime, and I was like, "Oh, we're just gonna watch stuff on Kiss Anime," and we watched that, and then that's gone.
Mhm.
So I was just like, "Dang!" I was like, "I guess I got to do it. I got to do that. I
Yeah.
got to do the 7."
Yeah.
But I didn't do it until I got a free month on Crunchyroll, and I said I'm gonna use it. And then I just said,
Yeah.
you know what, man, I'm getting into anime, getting back into anime, but I gotta pay. I gotta
Yeah.
do it. So you're kind of stuck. And yeah, now seeing that they fully absorbed Funimation and Sony's still behind it, it's like, yo, we're probably gonna. That's why I was tripping when that one time I tripped out when I saw Crunchyroll on Sony. I'm like, Crunchyroll's on Sony now? Like, what the heck? And
Yeah.
but yeah, we're gonna have to get to that reality where like Sony's gonna be like, you know what? I bet you if we put $9.99 for basic, people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And we are.
Now see, this is what they should be doing. This is my thing to go back to the PlayStation tiers. Why can't we have like I paid $19.99 or $15.99? Give me a discount, $16.99 something for having the basic of the PlayStation Plus and the basic of Crunchyroll. That's it's under your umbrella. Or what always made me so upset with PlayStation with their services, why do I have to pay 3 separate services?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to pay 3 separate things.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
That's too much. Like with the Game Pass, you don't have to pay all that, and it's Sony was late to the party anyway because they just start doing cross platforms to certain things.
Yeah, and
exactly.
Just like I was gonna say, Clips. Yeah, just add it to there. Like you said, Game Pass, we pay one thing and we get all of this. We pay a little bit extra, we get a little bit more. Sony's like, nah, what? Like I said that about PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is not a good service. It's a horrible service. So why are you making people still pay that? Like, why not just absorb? Yeah, like there was one time I was like, it's probably gone. I think I saw something pop up. It was a game I wanted to play, and it popped up on PlayStation Now. I'm like, that's still going? Yeah. I remember when PlayStation Now first came out, I was really excited for it because I saw the prospects of what it could be. And it was just it was when PS3 came. It was about as right at the life cycle, the end life cycle of PS3 before PS4 was going to come out. And I tried it, and I was like, this is a horrible service. Like, you have to have good, like I said, you have to have good internet. And they do have a download function on there, but it's only for PS4 games. You can't do it with any older games. You have to do it for PS4 games. And I'm like, this is a horrible service. Like, why are they still? Why don't they realize that this service sucks? I'm sure there's people out there
they want money.
Told them that. I'm sure there's people told us like, yo, your service is trash. I'm sure people hack when they had their services hacked.
Oh, I remember that when they gave us the 3 games.
Yeah.
That I missed out on because I waited too long.
Like I'm sure someone was like, hey, by the way, PlayStation Now is trash. Just give it to us for free when we have our own stuff. But you're right, they want money. Like they're gonna try every little thing to just try to squeeze it out of like we already buy your games. Like okay, you made me get the 5. I have it. Because you told me what we're gonna get for it. I have it. So
even
just
though it's
give
been
me
slow. This has been the slowest console since PlayStation. Maybe, it's slow like PS3. Like, I got a 360 before through PS3, like because they didn't have any games. Like I'm like, what do I want? Enchanted Arms? What do I want for what do I want for PlayStation 3? What was out? Infamous. That was what I got. That was the first game I got.
Yeah, that was I think that was one of their launch titles. I think they had, but they didn't really have much else after that. Yeah. It's funny. Like someone asked me about it. Someone said, "Hey, so you have 5?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "What's that? What's the PlayStation Plus collection? Like, does that update?" I'm like, "No." The second if you had if you have a PlayStation 5 now, so if you go to PlayStation Plus and you look at it and it says, "Oh, PlayStation Plus collection," and you're like, "Oh, they're gonna add to that." They haven't added to that since they dropped it when the PS5 just came out. They have nothing has been added to that. It's just those games, which the majority of them I already own. Maybe like one game I didn't have was Days Gone. I think it was Days Gone. No, Days Gone. I think it's Days Gone. That's the only game I didn't have, so I own it now because of that. But everything else I have, and they don't update it. It's like a weird thing that they have. They just don't update. And someone asked me about it. They're like, "Yo, they don't update that?" I'm like, "No, they don't update that. I don't know why. They don't. Even the games that they release monthly, they don't throw them on there when the month is gone. Once the month is gone and you didn't get that game is gone. They don't throw it on there. So, but anyway, we jump right back to the Sony. But yeah, man, you know, like just like you said, you know, I gotta, you know, with the Crunchyroll, that's the only way I'm gonna watch my anime. You know, if I want to watch the news, especially I'm waiting for My Hero Academia, the last one.
That's what
I'm waiting for.
That's what I'm waiting for too. And speaking, since we were back on that anime, we're gonna close it out with something that both of us just seen within the last couple of hours here. And well, really, it didn't really have any spoilers. Like Attack on Titan episode 87.
It was very dry.
It didn't have anything. Yo, what's good with you, Scott? It didn't have any spoilers. This Attack on Titan didn't. So we're gonna close it out with, you know, the thoughts on Attack on Titan. I'll let you go first. So, how do you feel about Attack on Titan? This last episode 87, and the fact that we're not going to be getting another one until 2023.
So in the group chat, you were like, "Yeah, just watch Attack on Titan." Wow, I'm like, "Oh yeah, man, I haven't seen yet." And then. And I'm gonna read what you said, because I was like, I didn't understand it, but I did understand it. Like it says, I'm gonna find it. So it was like, you asked me how many episodes I had left, and I was like, I'm still watching it. And you're like, wow. You said, but I heard that effing we had to wait till freaking 2023, mother sucker. And I was just like,
I was mad, man.
I was like, I get the anger that's coming out of that. But we gotta wait till 2023. So let me watch it. So because we didn't have it last week, I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna get something like how we got Demon Slayer. It was like almost an hour long, just because they were just ending it. You know, we had that huge thing that happened. Spoilers on Demon Slayer, that the city they're trying to protect it got destroyed because of blood art. That was like a contingency plan if the 6 were killed. So it was a contingency plan to destroy it, and then we got to see like the aftermath of everything and how it ended. It was a long one. It wasn't like it was really meant to just close that season out and give us closure on what happened. And we didn't get to lose my boy.
Don't tell me too much.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I'm on the entertainment. I'm on entertainment arc. I'm 3 episodes in entertainment arc.
Oh, damn. Okay, never mind. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so
please.
So that happened. I thought you saw it. My bad. I thought you saw it. My bad.
I've been eating up everything because, you know, sorry to cut you off, but no. On God of I have a type. And I drooled a little bit. I have a type for waifus. I like. And that's in real life. I like thick waifus with glasses. I like women that got moxie. If you got moxie, I don't want, even though I do like Eric, but Eric is not a punk. Like, I don't know where she got, I guess because she got killed. That she, you know, I mean, if Sephiroth stabbed Tifa, you know, I mean, it'll be the same thing. Like, that's Sephiroth. But I really started liking Mira from the god of high school. You know, she's got a little skirt on, she's got the glasses, and she's a fighter. So I don't know how that came up. I don't know what made me bring that up. I just wanted to talk about some waifus. Go ahead and carry on. You know, I had my moment.
Oh man. So so I was trying to so I thought they were going to so I thought they're gonna end it like how they did Demon Slayer, but because we missed last week's, and first, the thing that kind of tripped me out first when they were like, "Oh, this is the last episode," I'm just like, "This is the last episode." Like the last episode didn't end like it was going to be a last episode. Like it ended. They just left the port.
You told me that. I'm like, it's the last episode. Remember, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, because like how they ended. Like, if spoiler, they I'm just gonna say they left that port. So I was like, okay, we're getting ready for something to happen. Like they're mentally getting ready. They just lost people, and they just lost people. They had to take out their recruit. They're mentally getting ready for this battle. So we're going to see that in the next episode. And we didn't get it last week. So I was like, cool, this is like they're doing something here. Like they're gonna give us something here. And when I was watching it, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna like tell you what I thought because I know people haven't seen it yet. But I was watching it, I'm just like, what threw me is when I saw Aaron next to I saw Aaron. I was like, what is it? I was like, what? I was like, wait.
Let me ask you this real quick. Did you do what I did? I went back. I went back and looked and checked. I was like,
yeah, if I skipped an episode,
did I hit the right episode?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that.
On Crunchyroll, they keep on like whatever episodes you watch, they keep on pushing me back to the OVA, and I'm like,
I do
one
too.
time I was watching the OVA, I'm like, why am I watching
the flashback?
What happened in season 1?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did that. I tripped out. I was like, why? Okay, I was like, what's going on? Did I miss? I could have swore they didn't give us an episode last week. But no, they gave us that one. And then so I saw a redhead and I'm like, who is this redhead in here? And I was like, I know that. I was like, I know that's not her. So I tripped out on that. And then I was just like, I just don't get what's going on right now. So then when we was watching it, I'm like, oh, so they did that to us. Okay. So is this just going to be one big old filler? Because that's what it's feeling like right now. And then,
but I mean, like, well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was
no. And then they gave us, and then I don't even think they showed everybody, and then they went to the second part with Aaron, and I'm like, oh, I see what this is. I see what they're doing. They're like they're getting us ready for something, and then. Once we saw what happened, I was like, "Oh, dang! Okay, this is gonna be serious." And it says, to be continued." I'm just like, "You gave us the worst."
Did it say to be continued?
It said to be continued.
Okay, girl, no, we didn't get no preview.
No, it just said to be continued.
Okay,
like when Aaron was talking about he's gonna destroy everyone, every last one of them. You see the Wall Titan stomp down, and then it just says. To be continued. Yeah. And I was like, dang, like you guys did us like that. And now I'm like, now I know why Geek is mad because they left us on that horrible cliffhanger and we gotta wait a year to see what happens. So I'm just like, so yeah, that's I just thought I think it was kind of a disappointing, like it wasn't like how they gave us the last episode of part 1. Like that was like, okay, cool. And I got lucky, like when I was watching all of that, part 2, episode 1 just came out. So I'm like, dang, I can't imagine everyone who watched that before.
So you didn't
came out.
So you got a chance to watch right when season 2 came out. So
right when it wait. Yeah, I watched it right when it got
the hell out of here.
So
I had Attack on Titan is one of my favorite animes. Mm-hmm. When I first started watching it, I fell in love with it, even though I'm not gonna do major spoilers and stuff for those y'all who haven't seen Attack on Titan, but I will say this: I've watched enough anime, played enough RPGs to look at some of these Titans and tell, hey, don't she look like she could be that person? Also, one of the reasons I had to start getting Crunchyroll back in the day too is because I knew who 3 of the Titans were 4 years beforehand because I was searching for thumbnails and stuff and things, and I don't know how many animes I spoiled for myself. I spoiled Gurren Lagann for myself.
Oh my gosh!
Some of the main things that happened on episode 10, I knew about it on episode 2. So I'm like, ain't that a bit? And that's the same thing that happened to me on Attack on Titan. But before that, what made me thirsty is they had a 4-year layoff.
They sure, yeah.
It came out of end of 2012, early 2020, 2013, around there.
Yeah, around there.
They didn't get a season 2 until 2017. I spit on the screen. I'm sorry, screen. But they didn't get a season 2 until like 4 or 5 years, damn near 4 or 5 years later. Just as this a segue. and I got hyped
I
up.
thought it was dead. I thought the show was dead.
One Punch Man is following the same day. We ain't got
Yeah,
One Punch Man
doing the
since,
same
what,
thing.
2018?
Yeah, we're doing the
One
same
Punch-
thing with One Punch
But
Man.
their story can't hold up like that. It cannot
Yeah.
do it because Saitama is not the same as Eren Yeager. Eren Yeager, shout out to my homie, my fellow Aries brother, Eren Yeager. Just had a birthday on the 31st, and it makes sense. Him and Sakura makes sense that they're both Aries, and it was somebody else that makes sense that they're an Aries. You know, we got some traits. Oh, yeah, we do got some moody ass traits. But what happens is, when I was watching it, I had heard the homegirl Tatted Poodle. I posted something she did on Instagram. She had posted that she's gonna be 28. I can't even talk. 2028 when we get a chance to finally see the end of the Attack on Titan. And I'm like, yes, because it had the possibility to be one of the greatest shonens, but it's hard. And I've had people argue me this. It's hard to be great and you take off 4 years and then come back. Like in order for me to put it back into the status, in my opinion, on one of the greatest shonens, was I had to go back. What was it, about a month ago? And I rewatched it.
Yeah, you told me that.
I rewatched it on Netflix. So I suggest, well, no, now shit, it doesn't even matter. Why do that again? Then, wait. If you haven't watched it, just wait. Like,
just
why?
wait till next year.
Yeah, wait.
Don't do what we did. We gotta wait till next year. Just wait till next year, not knowing what the show is, and then when they start dropping all of them, then be like, cool. Or know what? Wait till next year when they start dropping them. Ask someone, hey, are you sure they're done this year? Be like, are you sure they're done? We're gonna say like,
well, they said they were done.
Pretty sure.
They said they were done this year. They
lied on that. Yeah, I was gonna say it before. I wanted to hold off on it right here. I think I think they realize that this is their best season, and they're like, we're just gonna milk it. Hey, start making more manga. Start making more mangas right now.
Yeah,
for this last season, but we're just gonna milk it.
I just talked to a homegirl the other day, and she said that she didn't like the way it ended. Like the manga's already ended, but but I'm like, if the manga's already ended, okay, so what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Like, what else? What's next? Are they gonna go? Just like how Game of Thrones did, and that didn't do well. If you go completely off script like that, like it just seems, I don't know where what it's doing. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I think, you're right. Like when I thought Attack on Titan was dead when the first season ended, and we didn't see anything. Like me and my cousin kept going, hey, where's season 2? Because they left us at a crazy clip where season 2, we're freaking Anne was sitting in that chrysalis. And they were like, what are we going to do with her? And it just ended. And we were just like, okay, what are they going to do with her? And then we're just like, to the point where we just forgot. And then like one day I remember I went on Hulu and then they said season 2. And I was like, let me call. I was like, yo, man, season 2's out. And he's like, say what? We're like, season 2 is out right now. He's like, you know how long we waited? He's like, I forgot the show existed. I'm like, exactly. And then now they're doing it One Punch Man. There was a point where I was like, hey, when's One Punch Man coming out? And people was like, oh, they're still doing it. And I'm just like, I haven't seen it. I was like, I mean, I watched the show. It was pretty hype. It's crazy. But now it's just, I think it was like 2018 is when I actually decided to sit down and watch it. And I was like, all right, it's cool. And I'm thinking there's another season after that. I'm like, oh, there's nothing. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just.
Season 2?
I didn't know 2 was out because I'm sitting there waiting. Sitting there waiting.
Please, see, next time it might take you a minute. Well, I ain't gonna take you a minute. It's only 12 episodes.
Yeah,
I think for season 2. When you knock out season 2, we have to go back and we'll work it in a segment and talk about it because I would like to know your opinion on season 2 because I didn't like season 2. And one of my old college roommates who used to be bigger on anime than me. And now I hadn't talked to him in like 10 years. And he came back and I'm like, bro, I've surpassed you. Like you got 2 kids and a wife. You've been married 13 years, player. Sit your ass down and shut up. You don't know nothing about this no more. He be trying to tell me stuff, and I'm like, bruh, no, I'm sorry.
Ain't
But
the
I'm just like,
90 anime no more. Ain't no Roni Kenshin's and Tenchimuya and all that.
It's no look. This is not Ninja
that's
Scroll
old school
anymore,
now.
bro.
Yeah,
this is
exactly. That's
no
old
Ninja
school.
Scroll.
Yeah, if you
He
start
the one- he
talking about
clowned me.
that, if you start talking about it, people aren't going to know what you're talking about.
No. Who was it? Speaking of, it was the homie for Neverworld. He did a tweet I'm gonna say about a week or so ago. He said, "What's crazy is Naruto is now considered old school anime, like Ninja Scroll and Rurouni Kenshin and Cowboy Bebop. Like when people, I don't even want to get on Cowboy Bebop with y'all because see,
we've had this
people
conversation
like
a lot of
this
times.
young man Kotetsu here
said
that Cowboys that live action was okay.
I'm done.
Like, do you know I have the clip? I literally got the clip. I put it in a video. I got the clip, and I'm gonna put it on a soundboard because I was gonna put those two compared to when Will slapped Chris, and then when Vicious Daddy. Did you get to that part where Vicious Daddy slapped him?
No, I watched everything.
That man slapped him. I ain't never seen him slap him like a common house bitch. This dude, how dare you slap this grown man like that? He slapped the life out of him. He goes, He goes, well, validating your brother and screwing your wife, and slapped this taste out this man's mouth. I'm like, damn, he slapped the syndicate out of him. I will want to go back before we go because we'll go on for another for a minute. I want to say this. For those of y'all who are watching Attack on Titan, or for those of y'all who have had waifus on Attack on Titan, because Attack on Titan actually has some pretty decent waifus, honestly. Mikasa, I don't want to go get a shirt, but Mikasa was my lady. I liked Mikasa for the longest. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth though. I ain't like Mikasa since season 2. And the reason why, you already know what I'm gonna say.
I'm getting ready for it right now.
This is just me personally. He's speaking for nobody else. I like my waifus to be soft and have like soft skin, or to be, you can fight. Like, you know, like I'm looking at my baby Tifa a little bit. I'm like, girl, your abs is looking a little too shiny now. Look. You need to eat some chicken or some pork bacon, some of that swine, get a little grease in your intake, something, because you start to look a little too washboard for me, boo. But who I really am starting to like, and I have been since season 2, and I don't do blonde characters. I'm just tired of them. I mean, they're yelling y'all ear. Yo, Jugs in the building. What's good, bro? I am tired of blonde-haired, blue-eyed characters. I'm going to tell y'all what, though. I like me some Historia. I really like Historia. Nikki said he just learned something new about myself. What did you learn, bro? You learned something about Tifa? But I started liking her more. I can't say this because this is a spoiler, so I won't say it for those y'all who are not caught up with Attack on Titan. But there's some events that happened. Like, Historia was gone for a long time, and now she's back. And kind of, but a lot of the stuff that she was talking about, me and you talking about this, privately, was I have a theory about Historia and Eren, and that's all I can say about that. And it kind of solidified my theory today. Yeah, they do. A true gamer. I do have the. I liked it. This is the pervy shit, so it is what it is. I mean, 90% of y'all is dudes, ladies. I love y'all, so it's no disrespect. But what I am going to say is, I looked at Mikasa on this episode like, Mika, because they actually made her bust. They actually made her have a feminine shape again.
I know exactly when they did that first scene when the first one when they start talking about her. I thought the same thing.
I'm like,
I thought the same thing.
They got the girl on the end of season 2 and season 3. I mean, in season 3, season 4, they got her cut. Like she got more biceps than Aaron. I get that you're that race, you one of them folks, but damn girl, like shit. Like, and then it wasn't just her physique. Like Tifa has a physique, like an athletic build, but she has a different kind of personality. She, like Mikasa just was mean, and she kind of started giving me too many stud vibes until she kind of opened up on this episode. But some of shit that happened with Astoria made me think what I had been saying about it. So y'all got to catch up, because I'm thirsty to want to say something, but I won't. But that's one of the cliffhangers they left us at, and I'm a little sad about it. But I mean, shit. What else can we do? I've been eating up so much anime. I gotta watch Entertainment District though. Now that you think about it, but I've been eating up so much anime lately. I'll find something else. It just kind of bothers me that we gotta wait. Probably April. It's probably gonna be April of 2023, which is sad.
Yeah, I'm mad at that, because when you said 2023, I'm like, didn't they say this is the last episode? They said this was it. And then like when you watch it, you're just like, dang, man, like they left us at a point where I'm just like we're like after the whole thing where the rumblings happening, I'm thinking, okay, this is about to be it. And we gotta wait. Unfortunately, we have to wait. And it's I think fortunately, as gamers, like I think you mentioned this before. I think you said, I want to get the right number. I think you said like 80 to 85% of people who like, or 75 or 85% of people who like anime are gamers. So we got things to do.
Yeah.
While we wait.
Shit.
While we wait for that.
Don't start me, man. I ain't look at this. I still these jokers. These mofos, look, are they still over here? I don't even know why I opened. They're still here. Triangle strategy. I ain't even bought Kirby yet.
Yeah, we still got things to do before that. So that's so.
I don't want to go to a whole nother conversation. I just got to ask this last closing thing to any of y'all. As a matter of fact, do you have so many games that a lot of times you just sit and you be like, well, what am I going to play? Like, do I want to take that mental? Like, I started Integrate the other night, and I was sitting here like this, and I turned on the Elgato. I was about to record just some footage, and I was like, I don't really want to dedicate my mind to that right now. And that's why I haven't even really written to the story of Triangle Strategy. I've been grinding on the levels because, damn. Oh, get out of here, Miggy. Yeah, right. You just bought every damn persona that there was.
I have that. Like I have gosh.
See, I'm the only one that good.
I have Monster Hunter stories that I didn't even do the end game content. As much as I want to, I'm just like, I'm not ready to do that yet. Triangle Strategy, I'm doing the same thing. I'm grinding through the characters. Like there's so much I can take of Triangle Strategy I have to take in. What else am I doing? Well, I did Elden Ring. I just finished that. That was one of the first games in a while that I just sat down and just played. But yeah, Triangle Strategies. I have Link's Awakening. I still haven't gone back and finished that yet.
I haven't even played Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword.
I mean, neither. Me too. I haven't finished it yet.
I loaded it. I loaded Stranger of Paradise.
Like, right. Yeah, man. Like there's just and then it's gonna be. I'm telling you, like for me, if I don't finish at least another game before July, because Alive is coming out, and I want that. I want that.
I haven't even finished. I haven't even finished Saga Frontier. I don't know.
You did say you were gonna get that. I remember you did say you were gonna get that. The remaster, right? Like the HD remaster one, right? I remember you said you're gonna get that.
I haven't even finished Astral Chains. Like when I say I'm so, and the bad thing about it is I play games for like 50, well, no, let me 100 hours. I put 207 hours in Final Fantasy 12, and I still didn't, and I'm only like 40 something, 60, maybe I'm giving myself credit of the trophies. So
yeah,
and I oh my god. Oh,
another game.
You know what, Jugs? God dog you, bro.
Yeah, and then Chrono
Get the
Cross
hell
is
outta
coming.
here.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Another game I haven't finished either is Scarlet Nexus. I didn't realize how long that game was gonna be. I'm still on Yuito's story. I didn't realize how long it was gonna be.
I'm gonna wait till that goes
if
on.
you're if you have a lot of games you're playing, I would just hold off on Scarlet Nexus because there's two. There's Yuito's and there's Kasane's. And I'm thinking Yuito's gonna be short because I'm like, it's gonna be like a couple chapters. But I'm like chapter 20. And I'm just like, dang, I still gotta do Kasane's story. I'm like, I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready to sit another 20 chapters right now. So I'm just like, I don't know if that game's ever gonna get finished.
I feel you, bro. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate all of y'all being out here for the first of hopefully more of these geek talks. It looked like Sunday seems pretty solid. Oh, see, you know what, Jugs? God dog. I did get Yakuza.
Like a dragon.
I got Yakuza. And I got a Final Fantasy Pixel 6.
Oh my
recently.
Gosh.
I bought more games. I bought 3 consoles, and about close to 10 games within the February and March.
Man.
I still Yakuza, Like a Dragon, the Pixel. Matter of fact, I just went stupid. Like I made a video and then I started buying.
Oh yeah, and you bought the Steam stuff, right?
I bought the Steam stuff. I spent like $30-$40 on Steam because I didn't want to miss Trials. I mean, Trials of the Sky. Like what the heck? Thank you.
Oh, I gotta do those too. I have 3 and 4 I still haven't finished, and I recently bought during Christmas time. I bought Final Fantasy 8, 9, and 10 on the Switch, and I haven't even started those yet. And I want to. I think because I remember I was watching your intro thing. I was like, he's playing Final Fantasy 7. I'm like, I've seen Black Pokemon Trainer and Geek play these games. I'm just like, I've never really played them. I want to play them. So I got that, and I saw Final Fantasy 9 on sale, and I was like, I played a little bit of 9. My cousin had it. I always go to like his end game save file and I play it. I was like, I want to play that. And 10, which is a game that I always wanted to play 10. I got it at one point for PS3, and I said, I'm not really feeling this, but now I'm like, okay, I'm ready to play 10. And I got
10
it for
is good.
sale. But
10 might be my second favorite. 10 might be my second favorite. It might be my second favorite.
But yeah, man. Yep.
But we're gonna go ahead and close it. We will be back next week. We'll do, I'm not sure what we'll talk about. It's gonna be some shit to come up. We're gonna do 6 p.m. again, PST. Hopefully by then we'll have more things better. I'll even have some music in the background and I have stuff on my fancy dancy stream deck by then. You can, we'll have some stuff there because you can load some stuff. But as always, this has been your man Q, your friendly neighborhood geek, and the homie Kotetsu. Make sure to like and subscribe if you already haven't here, and don't forget the homie. There's his channel right there in the links. And help this, matter of fact, if you want to put your, because I don't have the links in the description at the moment, you want to put your Twitch down there as well. Help this dude get to that affiliate real quick.
Go to twitch.tv/Kotetsu Tokai. We're working on affiliate status over there. And it's gonna be cool. Actually, let me real quick do it. Real quick do it. But
I guess I could have did that too.
No, it's all good. But it's been cool, man. I'm glad that this is something we talked about a lot. So we're here doing it, and it's cool.
I'm gonna put that there too. So there we go. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I will have a video tomorrow and on here. I don't know what time. I don't know if I want to do nights, like 5 in the morning or 5 in the day. I don't know. VidIQ says my best time is 6 p.m., but it don't feel like 6 p.m. is my best time to do a video, but whatever. Also, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I stream on the Geek Show. Everything's the Geek Show. That's why I switched the YouTube name to the Geek Show. So, as always, y'all.
I don't mean to cut you off, but Miggy just dropped a pic on the group chat, and he's like, "Hear me out." He just what we were just talking about. He was like, "Hear me out." You just see all of his games.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. We'll be back next week, 6 p.m. PST. It's Sunday, so y'all East Coasters, y'all winding down, slide on through. All right, y'all. Peace.
Later, guys.